Today marks the day where more than 62,000 Americans have reportedly contracted coronavirus. That is the largest number in a single day. It's a record number, and we don't have leadership. But Joe Biden, interestingly enough, would like to draw from FDR's New Deal in order to combat the virus effectively. So this is a plan that he rolled out, and let's give you the details, see how you feel about it. He says, I'm kind of in a position that FDR was. If you think about it, that in fact what FDR did was not ideological, it was completely practical. So he's referring to the New Deal there. So what does this plan entail? He would quickly appoint a national supply chain commander to coordinate the logistics of manufacturing and distributing protective gear and test kits, invoking the Defense Production Act more aggressively than Trump has to build up supplies. Biden also wants to mobilize at least 100,000 Americans for a public health job corps of contact tracers to help track and curb outbreaks, something that Donald Trump is not doing at all, never has, never will. And Biden has even called for a pandemic testing board to swell the supply of coronavirus tests, a play on Roosevelt's war production board. And then when it comes to shutting down, Biden makes clear that he doesn't prefer shutting down. He believes that if the right measures are implemented, we wouldn't need to do it. But if the numbers continue rising the way that they have been lately, as colder weather is becoming more of an issue, well then he's not completely against the possibility of shutting down in order to contain the spread of coronavirus.
Most important thing out of this is finally somebody said it in America: contact tracing. So this is what every other developed country did, and that's why their numbers are infinitely better than ours. And that's why we lead the world in cases and deaths, because we barely did any testing in the beginning. We didn't even have masks, and we did no contact tracing. And by the way, I think the press really fell down on the job on this one, and the Democrats did too. They should have been asking for contact tracing from the get-go. Trump never suggested it, never did it, and never got held accountable for it. I know there's 1,000 things to hold Trump accountable on, but this is about life and death. So Germany did this in a way that was excellent. And so look, guys, the disease keeps coming back. So it's not like it doesn't come back to Germany either. But what the Germans do is they opened up their economy way better than we did, faster than we did, more effectively than we did. So how do they do that? So they test everybody way more than we do. And then as soon as you got a positive test, they immediately trace their contacts and reach out to them and quarantine them for 14 days. Now, when it comes to Americans, especially right-wingers, they're like, freedom, man, I don't care. I'm gonna go spread around. I'm gonna smear it on my face. I'm gonna go to Walmart. I'm gonna smear it on other people's faces. You don't contact trace me. Yes, but then a lot more people will have it, and then we'll have to shut down the entire state or the entire country because you won't do contact tracing. So Germany did it, New Zealand did it, South Korea did it, Taiwan did it, and their cases and their deaths are minuscule compared to ours. And so the way that it works is, as soon as there's a certain number of cases that are too much in any particular area, they contact trace, they quarantine all the people that they had contact with, and then they contain it. And then once the number of cases fall down, they reopen. And that way their economy does better and they save lives. It's a no-brainer, and yet we haven't done it at all as this thing has raged for most of the year. So if Biden just does that, that would already be a massive improvement.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.